Good morning. I'm going to show you how to make my mayo today. So I learned how to make this mayo from one of my favorite food bloggers, Michelle Smith of The Whole Smiths. So you could look up her recipe there. It's called 30-second mayo. And then I made mine just a little bit differently, but there are a lot of variations, but the technique I learned from her. So start with my ingredients. First, we're going to do eggs. I like size large or extra large. We'll do 1 egg. And then I like to use white balsamic vinegar. Use 1 tablespoon of this. You can use any vinegar you'd like. You could use apple cider vinegar or champagne vinegar. I wouldn't use distilled vinegar, but you get the point of flavored vinegar of some sort. And then you'll use a mustard. You could use dry mustard. I particularly like Dijon mustard a little bit better. And just make sure the ingredients are really clean. This is the organic line from QFC, so it's simple to find. Just to make sure there's no hidden sugars or honeys in it. And then you're going to use an oil, MCT oil for the program currently. Once you're in maintenance, or out of maintenance, sorry, you can use avocado oil or light tasting extra virgin oil or anything like that. But really simple ingredients, really easy to do. So I put it all together for you. I make mine in a mason jar. So the first thing I do is I add 1 cup of the oil. And then I add the egg. I add a tablespoon of vinegar and then a tablespoon of the mustard and then about a 1/4 tablespoon of salt, and I like to use kosher salt. You wait till it all sinks to the bottom. This takes seconds. And then you're going to use an immersion blender or a hand blender. These are pretty inexpensive if you don't have one, 20, 25 bucks. And they last a long time. This one I've had for 11 years, so it's totally worth the investment. So you're going to want to wait till everything sinks to the bottom, and then you're going to want to put this blender head completely over the yolk before you start blending. So you can see that there. And then you'll start blending. So it's going to get a little loud. I won't talk through this part. Okay, so that's the mayo. You want to keep the head of the blender over the yolk for about 5 to 10 seconds before you start moving the blender up and down. I like to hold on to the jar of mayo and then move it up and down, keeping the blender on, but you don't want to pull it up out of the jar. And then your mayo will be really thick, a consistency like this, just like mayo should be. You'll clean off your blender head and then just label it. I like to say that mayo can last about 2 weeks in the refrigerator. So